What's worse than biting into an apple and finding a worm? Nuclear explosions! They can cause significant damage and casualties from blasts and radiation, but you can keep your family safe by knowing what to do and being prepared if it occurs. Here are top 10 explosive ways to survive a nuclear bomb. Live more than 10 km from any hotspot. Let's go back to what a nuclear attack does. Its impact will kill everything within 1 kilometer in diameter, and a shockwave will melt buildings for about 2 km. At 3 km, you will be exposed to radiation and will die in a few hours. At 10 km, almost all buildings will be damaged and human beings injured, for about 50% of deaths. Beyond that, you have a chance. In short, rather than settling down in your beautiful building with a view of the Eiffel Tower, go and live in Melun, where a priori you will be cushy. The only problem with these calculations is that if there is never a nuclear attack, you're going to have a good, big shitty life. Put together a survival kit. Find a sturdy backpack and fill it with survival items. These should include 2 liters of water, packaged food, a flashlight, maps, matches, and a battery-operated radio. Also pack any prescriptions medications that you take, a handful of cash, and a first aid kit. Just make sure to not forget your anime body pillow. Build a bunker. If you can build a bunker under your house, or even better, somewhere away from the city, make sure you follow a guide while doing it to make sure you don't mess up anything. Also be sure to put a gaming setup in there since you will be staying a while in it in case of a nuclear explosion. Get inside. Get inside the nearest building to avoid radiation. Brick or concrete are best. Also, if you can prepare some Mountain Dew and Doritos, do it, since you might stay there for a while. Stay inside. Stay inside for 24 hours unless local authorities provide other instructions. Continue to practice social distancing by wearing a mask and by keeping a distance for at least 6 feet between yourself and people who are not part of your household. Do not expose yourself to flash. There was a bomb, you know it. You saw it on TV, and that explains the huge boom you heard earlier. Do not try under any pretext to try to see it. The bomb, the flash of radiations would burn your retina. You have to protect yourself on the ground, protect your face and also your ears so as to not expose yourself to noises and wait until everything becomes calm again to act. It would be stupid to be blind in the middle of a nuclear apocalypse. It could jeopardize your chances of survival. Take a shower. Or wash with soap and water to remove fallout from any skin or hair that was not covered. If you cannot wash or shower, use a wipe or clean wet cloth to wipe any skin or hair that was not covered. Hand sanitizer does not protect against fallout. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth if possible. Do not use disinfectant wipes on your skin. You should also follow these tips even if you're not in the middle of a nuclear war. I'm talking to you, League of Legends players. Identify radiation sickness. It's important to know how to identify radiation sickness. You may be exposed to radiations during a blast, but that doesn't automatically mean you'll die. There are treatments for minor radiation exposure. You can predict how severe your exposure is based on how quickly you're developing symptoms and which symptoms you are experiencing. It's important to note when you develop symptoms so that health officials will be able to figure out which treatments they should give you. If you see a second nose growing out of you, that is a surefire way of knowing that you got exposed. Stay tuned. Keep an ear out for updated instructions from emergency response officials. If advised to evacuate, listen for information about routes, shelters, and procedures. This might be easier than it sounds since the radiations might cause you to grow a third ear. That was a joke unless... Finally, the last solutions to survive a nuclear attack, you can choose to reincarnate as a cockroach. 10% of cockroaches survive radiations equivalent to the power released by the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Well, most of the time you get bored royally by being chased by humans from kitchens where you eat shit. But on the day of the global apocalypse, you will be avenged for all those hours of boredom.